Hey, what's up you guys? Thanks for joining me today for this quick project. We're going to be taking this half round bastard file and turning this into a flint and steel fire starter. So if that's something you're interested in, please follow along and we will get started. In a previous video I had made these stump tools. One is the stump anvil, the sledge on the left, and on the right an old maul we repurposed into a cutoff tool. If that's something you're interested in, check out the video description and I'll have the link to that video there. Now we do not have our forge set up yet, so we're just going to be using a rosebud on a cutting torch. Set that up like that. Now we're going to take the far end of this half round bastard file and start heating it up and working it on the stump anvil. Now in this video we're going to have that slight hissing. We're going to keep that torch running. We just about have this half round bastard file hot enough. We're going to start working it down from the manufactured size of the file down to about 1/4 inch, and then tapering that even farther to 1/8 inch, and that's going to be our decorative looped end on our steel striker. We're just about there. Alrighty, we'll keep this hot during the whole entire process so we can get this work down as fast as possible. For your hammer, you don't need anything fancy. I'm just using a junky old repaired, I don't know how many times, hammer we had lying around the yard. So it's cool now. Now we're going to heat it back up and continue on. So you guys can see that this side is getting drawn down quite a bit. And we're going to heat it up some more and just keep on going. It's a good idea too to have some water close by so that where you're holding the file with your leather gloved hand, if it starts getting a little too hot down there, you dip that side in the water to keep it cool. You could use some vice grips to hold on to your high carbon steel, whatever you're using, whether it's a file or some other type of material. It's just, I feel it's more manageable when you can hold the workpiece with your hand, but vice grips will work. Let's keep going. This is about where we're at right now. We're just going to keep on tapering it to where we get this section about 4 inches long. The handle's starting to get hot back here where we're holding the piece, so I'm going to dip this in water. The tip of that side that we're starting to taper down, we're getting a bit of a fish mouth. Once we get it drawn out far enough, we'll put it on the cutting tool and we'll cut that little piece off the end so we don't have to worry about it. Make sure when you're doing this not to work this metal too cold, otherwise you'll start getting cracks. You want to keep it really hot. As soon as it starts to go from an orange down to a grayish blue color, you want to heat it back up, and we want to work in that orange color. So we're going to work with about that section right there for our loop handle. Now we're going to move back down here and shape this into about an 1/8 inch by 1/2 inch piece. We're just going to heat up this section right here a little bit more and thin it out and draw it out. Then we'll start working on the decorative looped handle portion of the striker. I need to set up my forge. This isn't bad doing it this way. It's just I'd much rather be using a little propane forge. A little bit more. Got a bit of a bump right here. A little bit thicker in the middle than on the ends. We're gonna draw that out some more. Now this end that has the fish mouth, we're gonna heat that up, put it on our cutoff tool, and remove that. We'll taper it down a little bit more. That's about as tapered as I want to get on that end. And I'm going to heat that up. Put it on the cutoff tool. Hopefully I have you guys at a good angle so you can see this. About right there. Done. We have sharp corners. This is like a square stock coming off of this end. I'm going to hit all the corners, so instead of it being a square, it's more of an octagon shape. And after I do that, down here about 3.5, 4 inches, I'll scroll that on the anvil, and then we'll work on the striker face. I'll start. We have a bit of a blunt end right here where we cut it off using our small stump tool. I'm going to heat up just the tip of that, and we'll draw it out to a nice rounded point. Put it over the side of the anvil, like that. I want to keep this very hot. This is the time when it will break, or you will get a large crack if you do not keep the metal hot enough. A little bit more, so we have a good little tag to hold on to when we're using our striker. I like that. Now down here we don't have as much length as I would like, so I'll start working on heating this little section right here, draw it down a little bit more so we have at least 4 inches on this face that's going to be contacting our flint, and we'll go from there. I would say that's just about long enough. Now I'm going to heat up the side that's going to be coming in contact with the flint and start to flatten it out some more this way. And once I get this to about 1/2 inch, then I will heat up right here, put it on the cutoff tool, and remove this from the rest of the file. We're just doing a tiny bit more shaping. So maybe 3 more heats max, and then we will be done. And we'll remove it from the rest of the file. Alrighty. There we go. The side that we cut off, we're just gonna touch it up now. I'm gonna say that's pretty good. Now we'll heat the whole entire piece up, let it cool down, and then we will move to hardening the face. Now when we go to harden this tool, and we dip it into our water so that we can throw some nice bright sparks, we do not want to dip this decorative scrolled piece in the water. We just want to dip the face right here in the water and quench that, because if we harden this too much, I don't want to risk this portion breaking off if we drop it or something. We're going to go to a really dull orange color, and about right there. Well, the rest of the piece is cool enough. We'll just dump that. We'll let that cool off, and we'll see how the sparks come off of that. Just turn the torch off. Now you guys don't have to hear that high-pitched hissing noise anymore. While that's cooling off, I'm going to find a piece of shirt, check the sparks on it. Let's see if I can get this on camera for you. So if you did a good job in the hardening of your flint and steel striker, you should get some really hot sparks getting thrown off once you hit this edge on a sharp piece of quartz, agate, flint, shirt, whatever. So let's give it a try. Yeah, can you guys see that? That is excellent. That is way better than I thought it was going to be. Wow. Now let's get out the wire wheel. We'll clean the whole entire piece up, and then I'll show you guys the finished product. Now that we're finished with the torch, we'll move this out of the way. If you guys like these kind of videos, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment. I'm capable of doing more blacksmithing or bladesmithing projects, so if there's something you'd like to see in a future video, leave that comment, or just let me know about something you've made. I'd love to hear about it. Hook up the extension cord. Oh my God. Did you guys just see that? That is what I get for not tempering it. I knew better, and I was looking to cut a corner, seeing if I can get by without having to do that, and serves me right. That's what I get. Alright, let's finish cleaning this up, and hopefully it doesn't snap anymore. But at least you guys got to see the spark test, so. There you go. Great. Oh well. Live and learn. We'll have to pick up this video after I get back to that point, and I will show you guys the finished flint and steel striker done properly. That's what happens. I was all excited to get this over with, and that's where it got me. Oh well. Let's do a speed round. See how fast we can knock one out. We have a much smaller file. Hopefully get this done before we lose some daylight. We don't got a shop that has good lighting, so sun is all we got. Once I get back to where I was with this neat little file, I will pick up. Alrighty, we're back to where we ended. We have another one made, pretty dang close to the same measurements and everything. and now this one is tempered properly. I was in a rush because I'm racing against the sun setting, so once I had it to a dull orange and I dunked it in the water, I then ever so slowly heated up the spine, not the face that's going to be contacting the flint, until I got a brown color going to blue, and then I dunked it in water again, and now this is tempered, so it shouldn't snap like that again. Let's do our spark test again with the new striker. It's good. Got a piece of char cloth and our striker that we finished up. Ever so slightly blow into it. There we go.